What's up, everybody? Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Tuesday, October 15th. Hope you're well. Hope you had a great long weekend for those in Canada, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving. We're going to get started here momentarily. We're going to be discussing Bright Minds stock, ticker symbol BRUG. Drug absolutely exploded. I don't know if I've ever seen a stock explode this much before in such a short period of time. So we're going to discuss all of this and more in today's video. Just sit tight. We'll get started here in about a minute or so. All right, welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. It's Rod with Pow Group. Hope you're doing well. In this video, we're going to be discussing Bright Minds, the biotechnology stock, psychedelic company, whatever you want to call it. This is a good sign for MJ stocks because psychedelics, MJ, and biotech are realistically the only part of the broader market and the financial markets that have not seen a parabolic advancement. So the fact that we're seeing this, along with XBI, the biotech sector ETF, close to confirming a monthly uptrend, this is looking really good for MJ leading into the coming months. And as we know, they kind of move in lockstep. So psychedelics and MJ, very correlated. So we're going to discuss all of that and more. The stock was actually up over 6,200%. That means if you put $1,000 into this thing, you'd have $62,000 just a few short days later. So we're going to discuss all of this and more in today's video. Before we do, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe and tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, and never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Kind of using that as my platform of choice going forward. Feeling a little bit better today. My voice is getting a little bit better, but as I speak here now, my throat is still a little sore, so I'll try to get through this as best I can. Just 1 second, actually. Got to clear my throat. I thought I was over it, but as I started talking about it, it started bothering me. So, yeah, careful what you wish for, I guess. So, drug, Bright Minds Biosciences, Inc. This was posted by Mukund Mohan. So this was at 3:05 p.m. Mountain Time. And that was from today. He says a biotechnology company developing targeted treatment and neuropsychiatric disorders and refractory epilepsy and epilepsy is very correlated with the MJ industry as well. So this is why I think it's a good thing overall. On Tuesday, announced positive results of the QEEG, quantitative electroencephalogram, nailed it, data in cohort 4 of its first in human phase 1 study of its lead compound BNB 101. Okay, so for the non-technical people like myself, yeah, I'm not really 100% sure. I'm reading that. I was like, okay, what? But I started looking into it a little bit more and looking into the background of the company. And essentially, they're a psychedelic company, so they're involved in the development of psychedelics and compounds. They focus on creating novel drugs. They have treatments for various neuropsychiatric disorders. So some of those are like different types of therapies. They're developing certain types of like new compounds, essentially in different compound families. But essentially, they're focusing on epilepsy, depression, different mental health disorders, and they're reducing the trip time, is what I read and through my research associated with psychedelic therapy to make treatments more accessible and less resource intensive. So they're kind of trying to, kind of make a scientific breakthrough with regards to the delivery of it, I guess is the best way to kind of put it. But just give you a little bit of a background on the company. So the company's focused on developing therapeutics aimed at improving the lives of patients with severe and life-altering diseases. So particularly in the realms of neurology and psychiatry, here are some of the key points. So they were founded in 2017, headquartered in New York, and their focus areas, so they've been looking at like different types of receptors, so serotonin, what else was it? Epilepsy, different types of depression, anxiety, PTSD, and pain. And then this news came out today that they had some great results from some clinical trials. And it's been kind of in the news for a lot, like the last couple of months, I think, probably the last month or so. If we just take a look here at some of the news feed, I'll go through this. I had a bunch of questions about this today, and I just wanted to come on, do a live stream. I wanted to get a few videos out today, and we have John Deaton debating Elizard Meth Warren tonight. And we also have the Oilers game later on tonight. So I wanted to hurry up and keep things going quickly. But I also wanted to come on and do a live stream and see if anybody else has any other information. But as you can see here, back in September, so Bright Minds Bioscience reports improved financial position, and then announces phase 2 clinical trial to evaluate BMB 101 in drug resistance. I think that is what it says. Let me just bring that up here. Resistant epilepsy disorders. So again, this is very reminiscent of, say, the MJ industry, right? Because we know that different types of epilepsy disorders are very much curable through different types of cannabinoids. So this is, and like I said, biotech and MJ is really the only sector that hasn't participated in the everything bubble. So this is a good sign overall. But I'm just going through my notes here to see there's anything else I wanted to mention. So they just kind of go through some of the performance of the stock, which I'll do my own performance analysis here in a moment. But yeah, so they had some clinical trial results, which I mentioned. Obviously, they had a low float, tons of shorts getting squeezed. And yeah, just overall hype. But yeah, they had a very low float and high volatility. So obviously a short squeeze in full effect. But they also had, and I don't know if many people were aware of this, but they also had a reverse split. So they had a 1-for-5 reverse split back in July. So if we take a look at, this is absolutely insane. So it's at 11.98. So what I figured out is they're not factoring in on this exchange on Moomoo. They're not factoring in the reverse split. So it's saying right now that we're up 18% after hours, which is $45. Stock was just under $1 a couple days ago. So it's not factoring in the split. So it's saying $45 here now, but what you need to do is you need to factor in the split. So it's saying we hit a high of 11.98 after hours. So if they did a 1-for-5, you need to times that by 5. So for whatever reason, it's not factoring in the split here like it is over on the quote page. So in the actual chart, it's not factoring in the split. So you have to times that by 5 to get the actual value. So the high after market's actually $59.9. So $60. Okay. That means this friggin' thing in a couple of days, $59.9, we're up over 6,200%. So like almost 6,500%. That means if you invested $1,000 like a week ago, you'd have $65,000 in this stock. If you invested, 10,000, you'd be almost a millionaire. So like this is absolutely insane. I've never seen a chart like this. Look at this on the monthly time frame. We went from all-time low on the same monthly candle to all-time highs on the same monthly candle. I don't know if I've ever seen that ever in the history of finance. That is absolute insanity. And then if we just take a look here at the quote, so let's go. Yeah, so they only have their float's 3.18 million shares. The thing's dirt cheap. Market cap still only 171 million. So it doesn't take much to move a stock like this, right? Based on the low float and low market cap. But wow, insane. Meme stock has commenced. Yeah, this is just absolute. I've never seen this before. I don't know if anybody can give me an example or if there's any other news that I missed. But yeah, like just look at this thing. It's like Elon Musk took this friggin' thing to Mars. Like, what is going on here? Like, it's not even visible on most charts at the moment. It's just absolute insanity. Look at that thing. Look at the absolute rocket ship gone. One thing to keep an eye on is MNMD, so Mind Medicine in tomorrow. We'll see what happens here. But gearing up for an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. This is looking pretty good. Obviously, it's after hours, so you're going to have to kind of if you can play pre-market, it might be an opportunity whenever pre-market begins tomorrow, but it only ended the day up after hours only at 598 USD, so just over 1%. So this is a name, maybe even want to wait for a quick daily high or low and then enter on this one. But yeah, key resistance on this thing is going to be at 661. Break that, and then there's a lack of resistance all the way up to 785. So we could see a nice trade here of about 30% just on MNMD. But great sign overall for biotech and psychedelics. Yeah, wow. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Absolute insanity to the max. So absolute beast mode, rocket ship mode activated. But yeah, this is impressive. This is overall a great thing, though. I think because we've been a lagging sector like psychedelics, MJ. They've been moving in lockstep. Biotechnology. So if we take a look at XBI, the biotech ETF, it is a head and shoulders here, but I'm not as confident in that playing out right now just because everything's been hitting all-time highs. So if you think about it, where's money going to go when big tech, crypto, AI, EVs all top out? What has been sectors that have been underperforming and not participating in the everything bubble? That would be MJ stocks, that would be psychedelics, and that would be biotech. So if we take a look at the biotech ETF that tracks the whole sector, you can see here that we were in a monthly downtrend, very similar to kind of like MJ stocks, right? Psychedelics. Now we have our low, high of the bounce, higher low. We're looking for the higher high. So we have a double top here at 103.52. If we break 103.52, we have a lack of resistance all the way up to 134.79. So that means about a 30% move on this ETF, which means individual names in MJ, call it the psychedelics, biotech sector, they could see 2-3 times that amount of a gain. So this is looking really, really good. And the S&P 500 all-time highs, right? If we take a look at SPY, all-time highs. QQQ, all-time highs. XLF, financial sector, all-time highs. XLV, healthcare sector. XLV, all-time highs. So what is not at all-time highs? Even XLE, right? I think that was the energy sector. Yeah, near all-time highs. So the only thing not at all-time highs, and the last time it hit an all-time high was February 2021. Okay, what does that remind you of? Well, that would be Big Bad MJ. February 2021 is where we topped and corrected on MSOS ETF. We corrected about almost 92%. So this is a great sign overall, in my opinion, for MJ leading into the elections. What has Kamala Harris said in the last couple of days? Oh, no, nothing too big and nothing too, important. Just, we just want to recreationally legalize it at the federal level. Right? So it's all a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's all planned. It's all part of the plan. And I've been saying on this channel now, it's been many, many months. Can't even remember. I lost count. That it's going to be 10, 20 days before the election. They're going to start to pump the ever-loving hell out of MJ. And wouldn't you know it, 3 weeks, so 20 days before the election, let's just legalize it, just a little old legalization at the federal level. Nobody even cares because price is not responding, right? But guess what? No one believes her. Crypto is still stealing the show, big tech, AI. It's just all empty promises, words at this point until we see some concrete movement. No one really believes it. But at the end of the day, this is great to see. And congrats to the newly made millionaires on this friggin' stock because this thing is just absolutely parabolic. And I've never seen anything like this before. And it was very fun making this video, actually, not going to lie. All right. Glad I'm feeling better as well. All right. Going to end it there. But yeah, if anybody's viewing this video after the fact, I think I pretty much hit on all of the major points. But if there's anything I'm missing, let me know. Going to end it there. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Hope you have a fantastic evening. Go Oilers, go. And go John Deaton, go. See you on the next one.